Speech off.
Okay, I'm fixing to show Jerry, who I think I said in another video that he doesn't cook a lot, but when he cooks, it is gourmet cooking. So I'm going to kind of come over here and show him. Hey, Jerry.
How you doing?
This is early in the morning, but this is what he does to prepare. This is a traditional, you can go ahead. It's traditional.
6 racks of ribs, and I've already washed the ribs and put them in a pan, foil pan. And the first thing I'm gonna do is make small little puncture
This is so
holes with a fork
good.
so that it can receive the rub and the olive oil that are gonna be rubbed in. And this is nothing fancy, you just...
And these are those large chafing dish foil pans?
Yes, which I had to press down even wider because in order to fit 3 racks in a pan, I had to increase the width by pushing down on the pan and sort of deforming the pan so it can fit all 3 racks side by side.
And then you have another pan over there with
Yes,
3 more
I'm
racks.
just gonna go ahead.
Because what do we have? How many people do we have coming tomorrow?
I think we have around 13 people coming, so
And it's an indoor picnic.
yes, each rack has about 12 ribs, so you've got about 72 ribs here that
So
you're
I think we'll
cooking.
have enough ribs, but there are a lot of grown men and growing young men who will probably eat more than their fair share of these ribs.
And then once I finish making the puncture wounds, we will then go ahead and put a little bit of olive oil on each.
Is this EVOO? Extra
Virgin olive oil.
Of course, an Italian is going to cook with that.
Absolutely.
But this has nothing to do with Italian cuisine because this is pretty typical Southern Memorial Day picnic food.
And this is a technique where you're actually doing the ribs in the oven, not out on a grill. So this is perfect for bad weather days.
And tomorrow we're expecting
Bad weather.
really bad weather. Some torrential rains from a tropical storm. And when we started calling people to say, look, you know, Memorial Day outside has been kind of washed out. There was not one person that we contacted that said, oh, we can't come because all of these people have sampled and tasted Jerry's ribs. And when I told them that Jerry was making ribs and sauce, then we got 100% response on our invitation list.
So I'm just finishing up putting olive oil on both trays, and then we'll start the rub.
And then what happens after you do the rub?
After the rub, I cover the pans with foil, and they go back in the refrigerator for 24 hours until they're ready to be cooked tomorrow morning.
Ooh.
Now, when you cook them, what you do is put a little bit of chicken broth in each pan and cover them completely with wide tin foil.
What's the chicken broth for?
Chicken broth is to create the steam that is actually gonna slow cook these ribs. So now I'm going to put rib rub on.
Lots of spices.
And you just sprinkle it on. Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy, but something very, very, very delicious.
It adds that extra flavor to the ribs.
Now, can you cook both of these pans in one oven?
Yes, but you must alternate one low rack, one high rack, and during the 3 to 3.5 hours is what it's gonna take at 375.
Whoa.
That's how long it's gonna take to slow cook these ribs in the chicken broth steam. So
And then when they come out, they're tender.
they're fork tender.
They
That's
fall
how
off the bone.
That's how you know they're done. And you just simply then take them out, put your coating of barbecue sauce on, and then broil them for 5 minutes to caramelize the, you want to caramelize the barbecue sauce on the top by broiling them. So now I've got my rub, and now I'll actually take my fingers, if you can see, and I'm rubbing the rub into the meat.
So if you couldn't see, you really could do this, right?
Oh, absolutely, because this is all by feel. And after I rub it into the meat, I'll go back around again and do puncture wounds. Just
And then that lets the
Rub-
spices
rub
sink
get it
in.
sink into
Oh,
the
that
meat.
makes it so good. Then, like I said, when we started making phone calls and sending out texts and emails, every 100% of our invitees said, "We'll be there. What can we bring?" And when they found out Jerry was doing his ribs, that was the clincher. So I just wanted to show the preparation for our Memorial Day, and showing also that you can have an awesome, awesome meal, even if it's inclement weather, because these always, right? They're always cooked in the oven, even if it were a pretty sunny day.
Yes.
You'd be cooking these in the oven.
This technique with the chicken broth is always cooked in the oven. 375. You can figure anywhere from 3 hours to 3.5 hours to cook 2
So if we're
racks.
eating at 1 tomorrow, then you're going to be getting up kind of like Thanksgiving and putting them in early.
Yes, because after they come out from being cooked, as I say, you have to caramelize for 5 minutes. Then you have to allow a little bit of cool down.
Some rest.
And then after they rest, you have to begin cutting the ribs so that they're in,
So it's a 4.5-hour process.
yes, that way people,
So while he's doing that in one oven, I'll be cooking other things in the other oven, and then one of my daughters will be cooking something in the other oven, because we have two built-in ovens, and then we'll get all set up for our Memorial Day indoor picnic.
there you have it.
Well, thank you very much
Well,
for
you're-
showing us
You're,
this.
you're quite welcome.
And I
Glad
think
you-
that if people want to know more about this particular recipe, they can comment and ask questions, because you'll be happy to share, huh?
No secrets here.
Have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.